In this video, I will show you how I installed and configured a DNS server for my local network. The DNS server that I installed is the de facto standard bind-9. I also set up two DNS servers as master and slave. I have set up this as an authoritative for my local domain lazy.test and as recursive DNS server as well. This is the information that I used for my local DNS server setup. Now let's get into it. As you can see here, I have already SSH'd to my two DNS servers with AlmaLinux 9 minimal installed. First, I need to update the server with the following command. Then I install bind-9. Now I enable the bind-9 service named and at the same time start it up with this command. I'm checking the status of the named service and making sure it started. Now I'm going to configure the DNS server. First I'm going to modify the named configuration file and make it listen to all the network interfaces that I have for this server. To be able to configure that, I need to edit the listen-on parameter and set it to localnets. Also set the allow query parameter to localnets so that it will allow my local network to query this DNS server. Since I will configure a slave DNS server, I need to add the allow transfer parameter and set it to the IP address of the slave DNS server. Now I save this and exit. Next, I will need to create a forward and reverse lookup configuration file to resolve the DNS query. I can define both by editing the name.rfc1912.zones configuration file. At the end of the file, I am adding the following lines. This is the forward lookup configuration for the zone lazy.test. Note that I stated that this DNS server is the master for lazy.test zone. And I also added the configuration for the reverse lookup. After that, save and close the file. Then I verify the configuration file with the following named.conf command. This is to make sure that I set all the settings correctly. If everything is fine, I should not get any output. Now, I'm going to create the forward lookup file and add the following configuration. As you can see, the address and the name server record for my DNS should be stated here. Now I save and close the file. Next I create a reverse lookup configuration file and added the following configuration. This file should only contain a reverse record, meaning it should contain an IP address that points back to the forward record. Now I will save and exit this file. It's a good practice to check the forward lookup configuration file using the named.checkzone command after editing the zone file like what I'm doing here. Also, I need to check the reverse lookup configuration file as well. Everything looks good, so I'm going to proceed to restart the named service. Next, I need to allow port 53 for TCP and UDP in the firewall. I'm going to set the firewall using the firewall cmd command. And then I'm going to reload the firewall service to put the new rules into effect. After I have installed bind as a master DNS server in NS1, I can now set up a secondary DNS server in NS2. NS2 acts as a backup if there are problems with NS1. I followed the same procedure that I did with the master DNS. I updated and installed the same packages in NS2. Now all the packages are also installed on the secondary DNS. I've enabled and started the named service. Now it's time to configure the secondary DNS by modifying the named configuration file. Almost the same with the primary DNS, I modified the listen on and allow query settings and change it to localnets. Next, I created a forward and reverse lookup configuration file by editing the named.rfc1912.zones configuration file, just like I did with the primary DNS. But this time, I set the type to slave and set the master's parameter and point it to the IP of the primary DNS. The same settings are also set for the reverse lookup. As you can see, the configuration is pretty comparable in assessment with the master. The slave's configuration also carries the same zones as on the master and they are configured as type slave. Zone files don't want to be created because they must be replicated from the master. Then I save and close the file, then verified the configuration file with the named.conf command. If everything is fine, I restarted the named service. If all goes well, the slave have replicated the zone records from the master and created its zone files in slave DNS server as you can see here. Now I will set the firewall to allow port 53 for UDP and TCP protocols. The same firewall settings that I did with the master DNS. At this point, the bind-DNS server is installed and configured. Now, I will need to test whether it functions properly or not. I can use DNS Lookup or dig tool to test the DNS server. But first, I need to use the new DNS server by modifying the resolve.conf file and put the IP address of the master and secondary DNS. Now I run DNS Lookup command as shown. This should return the name to IP resolution of the ns1.lazy.test domain. Now I'm going to test if this also returns the IP of ns2.lazy.test. I can now permanently use the DNS by using the network management tool and setting the DNS IP permanently. By using this tool, the DNS settings will be persistent after a server reboot. Today you have learned how I installed and configured bind-DNS on AlmaLinux 9 server for my local network. The setup of the master and slave DNS servers has been configured successfully. I believe this video will help those who are looking to do the same. Drop me your feedback and comments below. That's all for now. If this video helped you in any way, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.